when you're smart and you're running your business and various things aren't going that well, you're doing what you need to do, but it feels really hard and you're having success, but it just feels harder and more pushing than you would like and than you're certain it needs to be. You don't mind work. It's just that there's something going on inside you that feels more exhausted than you think you should, putting more pushing into it, as I said. So I want to talk to you about the difference between inspiration and business coaching and actual smooth success. So we like to be inspired, right? We like to have a wonderful goal and other people that are doing it in ways that feel very attractive to us, that feel like us. And we like to look at our success and see what we've built. All of that is wonderful and it can be very inspiring. So that's inspiration is great. You can go to a talk and get very inspired. Books can inspire you, movies, TV shows, etc. Business coaching. Business coaching, you need to know what to do to not just increase your business because you're already successful, but increase it, continue the momentum of growing your business in the way that you want to. And business coaching is great for that. A really good coach will give you great processes and methods and help you meet certain difficulties and obstacles in a much more in a smoother way, in a more flowing way. And it's still hit or miss. You have to try things. So things do work, things don't work. But business coaching can shorten that, right? But what if you're someone who's has plenty of success? You can see it on the outside, but inside you realize that the cost to you is more than you ever felt it would take, and also more than you really want to squander in a certain way. That's a very strong word, but that's not what you want your life and your energy to be used for and to look like. You want the result, you love your work, but why is it internally so hard? You don't mind hard work, but why internally is it so hard? Sorry, it's quite windy here. So, I'm thinking about a woman that works with Fortune 500 companies, a client of mine, and she had plenty of success. And she was, she said, working 24/7 and not taking vacations and not doing things like yoga. Oh, this is really bouncing around. Not doing things like yoga and the other things that would sustain her for years. She was also hiring people who she really took care of more than they took care of her. And she couldn't stop herself. And it didn't make sense for the business, and she knew how to run a successful business. And yet, how come she would make decisions that were not really in the best interest of her or her company? Have you ever done something like that? I have. Sometimes you don't see it. Sometimes you don't realize it for a while. But she was doing this consistently, and even after realizing it, couldn't stop. So how is it that we are smart and know what to do and can't or won't do it? Or don't, I think a lot of the time it's we don't really take in what our actions are creating. There's a certain kind of blindness that happens. I call it insistently blind because that was the way I experienced it in myself. When you have that kind of internal friction going on, it's very, very hard to have ease and flow in your business. It feels like you're you're pushing, you're making things happen. It's hard. You're not sleeping enough. The money's coming in, but you know something's off, and yet you can't seem to do anything real about it. So partly her decisions were being generated by her past. And we all do this. This is human nature. But they were being blindly generated by her past. So certain ways that she had learned in her family to take care of her parents when she was a little kid, and because she wasn't really being taken care of well, that of course rolled into her business. Now this isn't something that you necessarily know right away, and you might not see it right away, but there comes a point when you can see it, and when you can see it, then you get to know that, and you get the choice of do I want to do something different? Can I do something different? But until you really see it, you're not going to do something different, right? So when she started changing how her decisions were being generated, not through the lens of her past, then decisions came easier. She hired different people. She started taking 6-week international vacations. Her income went up. She looked younger. And these are just a few of the things that happened for her, and which happen to all people who are doing deep, real transformation, because deep, real transformation lasts. And deep, real transformation, even when you're tired, even when you're really stressed, you find your way through it much faster. It's much easier. That doesn't mean it doesn't take a toll on you, but you get out of that hole so much faster and feel so much better, also so much faster. That's what happens. I don't believe this stuff where you say, oh yeah, I wake up every day and I feel fantastic and everything's wonderful. I think you have to be an enlightened being for that to be true 1,000% of the time. For me, in what is real in human nature is that as that internal friction gets smoothed out, as you not just become more aware, but as your actions flow differently, and as different parts of you come forward that were hidden before, then when the you know what hits the fan, I don't like to swear on video. When it hits the fan, then it's it can take you down, but the recovery time is so much faster, and the creative solutions can come much easier. When you're stressed, it's really hard to solve creatively and easily and well. So those are just a few of the things that happen beyond inspiration, beyond business coaching, but inside in the dissolving of the so much internal friction that makes it so hard to move forward. If this connected with you, and if you felt something in you as you were listening, then DM me on Instagram, Wendy.Yellen, and let me know what struck you, and let's have a conversation.